a community.
Welcome to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do a crochet beret pattern. This was originally written by Edie Eckman, and she had a seam line in it, so it actually worked itself into rows. And what we would like to do with this particular pattern is to eliminate that and to make this as a continuous revolution going around. So what I mean that we're going to be joining at the end of each round instead, so we don't have to sew at the end. So if you like her version, it's linked in the video description. Just see the article link there, and also the new version has been linked that I've rewritten for you. So I'm not going to take credit for this design. I just altered it because it's part of your inspirations. So I am substituting the yarn because the yarn that was used is no longer available, and I'm using Caron Simply Me Luster, has luster as you see. And I did a gauge check, and the original is a 5mm crochet hook or size H, but with the gauge check with Caron Simply Me Luster, I have to use a 5.5mm size I to get the gauge that will match. You will notice in the new instructions that there will be a black writing and red. If you're colorblind, it's the first one is small, the next one is large. Whenever there's a decision to be made, you're going to notice is that there is going to be a highlighted large is always going to be in red. So when it says with a chain 64 or 72, you're going to choose the number that matches the size that you would like to do. So we have the small and then the large, and I just highlighted it in red just to make it easier to see. Okay, so whenever there's a decision, if there's a stitch count, you'll see that happening throughout. So we're going to be following these set of instructions, and we're going to begin now. One last tip that I'll leave with you, once we do the first 5 rounds, I'd recommend that you probably try it on to make sure it works. It is starting at the forehead, so if it doesn't fit now, it's never going to fit, so you might want to adjust. If it's too big for you, just reduce your hook down a size, maybe 2 sizes depending on you, and if it's way too small, just increase your hook size, but try to get that gauge and it should work out. I'm going to give you some tips on not twisting the beginning chain, and we're officially going to start. Today on camera, I'm going to do the large size with you. So I want you to do the first chain 10 with me, and I'm going to show you a little tip. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we don't want this chain to be twisted in any weird way, so just put your hook back into the beginning and leave it onto your hook and put this back on. And now you're either going to chain and finish your counting to 64 or 72. You already have 10 going, so just keep on going. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and go all the way to the number, either 64 or 72. So you'll either have 64 or 72. So once you have that one as your 64 or 72, just automatically pull it through the first. And what this does is it keeps this chain from twisting. And we're going to begin the first round. You're going to start by chaining 1. And in the first one here, I would recommend getting the back hump of the chain and recommend just stay on the back hump all the way around. And what you need to do is to single crochet the same number that you started with. So if you had 64, then you should have 64 single crochets. If you had 72, you'll have 72. So just single crochet in each chain on the back hump, and I'll see you back here in a moment at the end of the round. So I've come all the way back around. You may have a gap at the beginning here. We're going to use the tail to close that in later, and I'll show you at the end of the tutorial. So you want to make sure that you have the right number. So I have 72 because of my size. You may have 64. And once you have confirmed that, you want to make sure that this is going to stay flat, so it doesn't have a weird twist to it. So if it has an infinity twist, this will not work. Once you've confirmed your number, just slip stitch to the beginning. If you would like to make it tighter, what you can do, and this is not cheating, take out your hook and come from the back of the first stitch and put this on. I learned this tip last week, and pull through. And that makes it even tighter so that you don't end up with a space. And make sure you put the yarn behind when you go to start. So the biggest critical thing you need to do right now is to pull it open, make sure that there's no twist, and then you're going to start with rows number 2 all the way through 5 next. Rows number 2 through 5 is just chain 1 and just single crochet starting in the very first one and single crochet in each of the stitches going around. You'll join it, and I would recommend joining it the way I just showed you. to have a nice tighter join. So please do rounds number 2 through 5. It's a total of 4 rounds. And you're going to notice this will get a little bit tighter in the first few rounds to the right size. So if it's not going to fit after the 5th round, then you're probably going to have to unfortunately pull it out and adjust your hook size. Okay, so I'll be back at the end of the 5th round. We're now moving on to the instructions to round number 6. If you want to print this, just go see the article link in the video description or the pinned comment. So what I've done compared to the original that Edie did is that I chain 2 that doesn't count as a stitch so that I can fill in a space. Trebles, when you chain 4, tends to create an open space that's pretty ugly in my opinion. So what I've done is that you chain 2 does not count as a stitch and you're going to treble into the first stitch as the join. So it says then 2 treble in the next 3, but then there's a bracket here. So if you're doing the small, it's 2 trebles in the next 3 single crochet, but if you were doing the larger size, it's 2 trebles in the next 2. So you have to use the one that's in the bracket. Then it says 1 treble into the next single crochet, which is the same for everybody. And it says to repeat from the asterisk, which is right here. So, and you're going to go all the way around until in the small size there's no stitches left, and then you'll just join. But then if there's 3 stitches left, it's then 1 treble in the last 3 stitches. Okay, and so you'll just be following that set of instruction. And so what we're doing is we're seriously increasing it to create the beret from 72 stitches for the large to 118, and from 64 small to 112. Let's begin round number 6 and do the size that's required for your size. So let's begin round number 6. For the small size, and it does end for the large, you're going to just chain 2. And in the same stitch of the join, you are going to apply a treble. So you're going to wrap the hook twice and going in to the stitch, the same one as the join, pull through, 2, 2, and 2. So the chain 2 does not count as anything, it's just a hiding space. So what we have to do then from here is that depending on the size that you're working on, it's going to start changing. So it's going to be 2 trebles into the next 3 single crochet if you are doing the small size, and then 1 treble into the next. Okay, and you're going to repeat that. So 2 treble into the next 3 stitches, and then 1 treble into the next. If you're doing the large size like I am, it's going to be 2 treble into the next 2 only, and then 1 treble into the next. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, so choose the one that you're going to do. So if I'm doing the large, it's 2 trebles just in the first 2 only. So there's 1 and 2 into the first. We'll do it again. So if it's a small size, it's 2 trebles into the first 3. And then it's going to be 1 treble into the next. And that's going to be your repeat pattern going around. Okay. So I want you to do that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round just to recap on how to finish round number 6. So on the large size, I've done the sequence. There's 2 into the first 2, 1 into the next, and I get around and I have 3 stitches left. This is for the large only. And in the large size, the last 3 are just going to be a treble. Okay, 1 into each. Now, if you were doing the small size, when you did the sequence of 2 trebles into the next 3 stitches and then 1 into the next, you would have ended up back at the very beginning right here. So to finish this round, and this is the largest this hat will ever be as far as stitch count wise. Okay, so I'm going to just put 1 treble into the last 3 for this large size, and I just want to show you how I'm finishing it off. So you can either finish it off in just the regular slip stitching, and when you slip stitch it, you just go into the top of the first treble, ignore the chain 2, so you can either drop the hook here and then just go into the top, or just do it conventionally. You have to decide. You can let me know in the comments on which way that you decided to do this. You know, just make it a little bit tighter for you. So just give it a good tug, and then you'll be good to go. And so even though you see it here on the camera, this chain 2 will fill in that space, and we're moving on to rounds number 7, 8, and 9 next. 7, 8, and 9 are just one single crochet each. So you just chain up one and apply one single crochet into each of the stitches all the way around. You join it and then continue along. So please do the next 3 rounds of one single crochet, and I'll see you back here in a moment. And this applies to both sizes. I'll see you back here and start round number 10 with you on camera. Moving on to round number 10, we're going to chain 2, which will not count as a stitch, and we are going to then do 1 treble into each of the round number 10. Chain 2 will not count as a stitch, and in the same one as a join, you're going to treble, and then in each stitch, you are going to apply 1 treble. So it doesn't matter which size. Okay, please do this all the way around for round number 10. Moving on to rounds number 11 and 12, it's just 1 single crochet each, so just chain up 1 and 1 single crochet around for both of those rounds. And I'll see you at the end of number 12 in a moment. Round number 13, we're now going to start our decrease, and I'm going to recommend, because it's a single crochet 2 together decrease, we're going to do it amigurumi style, and when we do it later on when it's a treble 2 together, we're going to do it regular style. So what we've got to do for this is that we're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet the first 2 together, which includes the first one of the join. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 4 single crochet, and then 2 single crochet 2 together. And you're going to repeat all the way to the last 2 stitches if you're doing the small size, and then and that will be finishing that up. If it is the large size, you're just going to do 1 single crochet in the last 2 stitches instead. Okay, so we just have to make sure, so if the last 2 stitches, it's a single crochet 2 together, and if it's the large size, and the last 2 stitches will be 1 single crochet in each. Let's do round number 13. Round number 13, we're going to chain 1, and I would recommend doing this amigurumi style, but if you want to do it regular 2 together, that's up to you. So in the same one of the join, amigurumi style is that you come into the first front loop only and rotate the hook and pick up the second one at the same time, so the very next one. So you got 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the 2. Those are 2 separate stitches being pulled together. You can see how it's being over top of each other, and then pull through the final 2. And what this does is that it eliminates a line that appears when you do a 2 together decrease. Here's the repeat pattern all the way to the last 2 stitches. So you're going to then put 1 single crochet in the next 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a single crochet 2 together. So I'm going to do it amigurumi style. Pull through the 2, and keep on doing. So 4 into the next, and then the next 2 are put together with a single crochet 2 together. Do this all the way around until you have 2 stitches left, and I'll be right back. You have the last 2 stitches left, so if it's a small size, you're just going to put in a single crochet 2 together, so you put those 2 together, and if it's the large size that I'm doing right now, it's just 1 single crochet in each. Okay, and then you're going to join it. So I will see you on the start of round number 14 in a moment. Round number 14, chain 2, and you're going to notice that we just did 3 single crochets in a row and then a treble. So we just did 3 single crochets, so this has to be a treble to keep sequence. So you're just going to apply a treble in the same stitch as the join, and you're going to do 1 treble in each stitch all the way around. So there'll be a lot less to do based on the reduction we just did in the last round. I'll see you at the beginning of round number 15 in a moment. How you doing? I don't know why that came to my head. We're going to do rounds number 15 and 16 now. They're just single crochet each, so chain 1, 1 single in each. Do that for rounds number 15 and 16, and I'll see you at the end of number 16 in a moment. Okay, so I just finished round number 16, so that's done, and now 17. So for the small size, you are going to chain 1 and 1 single crochet into the next 4, and then the remaining of the round is single crochet 2 together, and then one single crochet in the next 2. Single crochet, and you'll repeat that all the way to the end. If you're the large size like I'm doing, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to single crochet in the next 2 only, and then you're going to do 1 single crochet and 2 together and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 single crochet. So single crochet and 1 single crochet in the next 2. So we're going to do that for round number 17. So round number 17, just chain up 1. So if it's a small size, you're going to do 1 single crochet starting in the same one as the join. So you'll do the first 4 like that, and then start your repeat. If you're doing the large size like me, you'll chain your 1, and then you'll just do 1 single crochet in the first 2 only, and then you start the repeat from this point. I am going to do the amigurumi way of doing it. So single crochet 2 together, and then 1 single crochet into the next 2. So the repeating for both is the same. So 1 single crochet 2 together. Let me know what you're thinking of this decrease, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2. Please repeat this around for round number 17. Number 18 is the same as number 10, it's just a treble round. In the last round, you'll notice that the decrease was quite significant. So just chain 2 and apply 1 treble in each stitch all the way around. And I'll see you at the end of this round and begin number 19 in a moment. Rounds number 19 and 20 is just 1 single crochet each, so chain up 1 and 1 single crochet around. And please do 19 and 20, and I'll see you at number 21 in a moment. Round number 21, we're all going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next single crochet, and then single crochet 2 together, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. And if you're doing the small side, there will only be 1 stitch left, and you'll single crochet in that last one. You can see I'm editing as I'm going. And then if you are doing the large size, you're still going to chain 1 single crochet in the first single crochet 2 together. You're going to end up with 2 stitches left over at the very end, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in the last 2. So we're going to do that for round number 21. Let's do number 21, chain up 1, and you'll do a single crochet in the first, and then you are going to single crochet 2 together. So I'll do it amigurumi style, and you're going to repeat that all the way around. So it's just 1 single crochet in the next, and then single crochet 2 together in the next. You're going to do this all the way around, and if it's a small size, as I said, you're going to go to the last stitch, and then you're just going to place in 1 single crochet in the last stitch. And then if you're doing the large size, you're going to end up on the 2 last stitches, and you're going to then just put 1 single crochet in both of those. So I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. If you're doing the small size, you will just end up with just 1 stitch left over, and that's just 1 single crochet into that last stitch. My size, you have 2 stitches left, and so there will be 1 single crochet in the final 2. Okay, and then you're going to join, and we're going to start round number 22 next. Number 22, we're going back to a treble, but we're going to do a treble decrease as we're doing this, and it's the same for everybody, so there's no difference in the way that you're going to finish. So you're going to chain 2, and you're going to treble in the same one as the join. And then the repeat pattern is going to be as follows for both sizes all the way around. It's going to be treble 2 together. So how you do that is you wrap the hook twice, come into your next stitch, pull through 2 and 2, and do not finish, and then wrap the hook twice and do the next one. Pull through 2 and 2. So you'll see a total of 3 loops. So you see the 2 posts that you just made. So you'll yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's a 2 together treble. So to do the repeat pattern around, the next one is a treble by itself. And then the next one is 2 together using the next 2. So wrap twice and in, pull through 2 and 2, and hold. Do it again. Wrap twice and in, pull through 2 and 2. Those are the 2 posts that you've created. Yarn over, pull through all 3, and then repeat that pattern around. So 1 treble into the next, and then 2 together, and etc. And the last stitch will be a single crochet, or sorry, and the last stitch before the join will just be 1 treble standing on its own. So the sequence has been complete. I have the one stitch left over as it states in the pattern, so the very last stitch should be a treble. And then you're just going to join it. So you can join it any way you want to. Okay, and let's begin then number 23. Number 23 is the same as number 7, so chain up one single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Please do that, and I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. Number 24, you're going to chain up 1 and put 1 single crochet in the first one, and then single crochet 2 together, and you're going to repeat that all the way around. And on the small version, you're going to go to the last 2 stitches, and in the last one for the small version, it's single crochet 2 together. In the large version, you're still going to go around, but you'll end up on the last stitch, just the one last stitch, and then you'll just single crochet in the last stitch. Let's begin round number 24. Number 24, everybody's chaining up 1, and we'll do 1 single crochet in the first, and then a single crochet 2 together. Okay, and you're going to repeat that all the way around. So 1 single crochet in the next, and then single crochet 2 together. So for the small size, let's just quickly recap. It's going to go to the last 2 stitches, and so then you'll single crochet the last 2 together, and in the large version you'll have 1 stitch left over in the sequence, and so you'll single crochet there. And I'll be back at the end of number 24. The end of number 24, I have the large version, so I only have 1 single crochet left, so I'm just going to do that. But if you had the small version, you would have to the last 2 stitches, so then you'll just single crochet those 2 together. So you have to decide which way you're going based on the size you're making, and we're moving on to round number 25. Round number 25 is just 1 single crochet round, so chain up 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and I'll be back at the end of the round. Number 26, you're just going to chain up 1, and it's going to be single crochet 2 together, starting with the very first one that has the join, and you're just going to continue to do that all the way around. So it's just 2 together, and you're going to have 1 stitch left over regardless of the size that you're working on, and you'll just place 1 single crochet there. Say, listen though, if you don't have 1 stitch left over, just end the round and just start fresh on the next. This is not something I worry about at this point of a hat. So just do that all the way around. Single crochet in the last one, and then just join it to the beginning. And then we're going to do our 27th and final round to close up the final little hole that we have. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 in round number 27, and we're doing 1 single crochet in the next one, and then a single crochet 2 together if it's the small size. Okay, and you're going to repeat the 2 together then for the remaining of the round. If you're doing the large size like I am, you're going to chain 1, and then all we have to do for the large version is just single crochet 2 together all the way around. Okay, so you don't have to put an extra stitch standing by itself for the larger size. Please do this around, and then we're going to finish this off. Once you get back all the way around, you're just going to then join it to the beginning. And we need to close up the final little hole that's here, and we are just going to trim this yarn long enough that we can put it onto a tapestry needle. Just pull up a loop like so, and we want to put that onto the tapestry needle, and we want to collect the remaining of the loops that are available to us to pull those shut. They're not open that much, but that's enough to make a difference. So you're just going to go around the outside of it all the way back around to the very beginning, and just pull shut. Okay, just flatten it out, and then I want you to take this yarn and through a different spot, just go down through the center, put your hand in behind, but don't stab yourself, and you want to pull the yarn that is coming towards the inside of your hat. Going on the inside of your hat now, we just want to tie this into position. So we're just going in a different spot. Don't go too deep that it's going through the hat. I know that through experience, so just check it to make sure that it's not too deep, and then you're just tying a knot on the inside here. Done. Now the other thing that we wanted to do is that we wanted to close off that beginning hole. Remember how there was a little hole there that we noticed? So we're going to take the beginning strand and kind of pull that closed. Okay, so I'm looking at it, so I'm just going to go here and here and just pull it shut. And I want to finish this on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to create a little knot here so it'll get stuck. And then because I don't want the tail to slip out in any way, I'm just gonna glide it through a few of the plies up here. Just don't go so deep that you're seeing it through. Okay, so just make sure that you stay within the fibers that you can see. So pull once, slightly different path, and one more time for good measure. And now your hat's complete. So you're good to go, and you've got a new beret going on, and you can see the top view, and it actually looks pretty decent. So this is it for today, and we hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial.